I never really thought much about getting married until maybe started getting in the mid-20s, late 20s, because I didn't get married until I was 28. So I didn't think about it much until Janice came along. Be serious about it. Dated a lot, so forth and so on, but never thought about getting married. Well, I don't know about that. Having too much fun being single.
Yeah.
And everything what she just said, she was more serious about relationships, and if she believed you wasn't serious, she didn't have no time.
I guess I should say, because Christine don't know that well, but Christine, I had dated. I had given 2 engagement rings back before I met Phillip, and so I really was serious. One of them I gave back to his mom. He was military. I said, God, please forgive me. That was just the wrong thing to do. I just wasn't going anywhere. And the second time I dated a guy for 8 years, and we were in love. We dated a long time, but I'm like, you can make a decision. You make a commitment or not. And so I gave his ring back. And so when I met Phillip, we got married. I was 26 and he was 28. We dated. I said, okay. I'm not sure how long we dated. I said, I said, I'm not gonna play around, Phillip. We either gonna be dating seriously to get married or not at all. Because you know what you want and what you don't. Maybe about a year and a half, or 18 months or whatever. Yeah. We were friends before Phillip proposed, and we were friends. We went to church together. We were in the choir together and all that. So we might have dated about 18 months before.
But I was ready at that point. So it wasn't like I was coerced or anything like that, or feel pressured or anything like. Maybe being a little bit older at that stage, when you start getting 27, 28, working, having a car, very independent.
And I should say, I said it lovingly. I wasn't being hard like that. But I just had a really nice, easygoing conversation. Well, that's a good point you bring up about scaring.
What I was looking at was the future and us together, because one of the things my dad always, if you want to marry somebody who wants something.
We're talking marry up.
Right, marry up. Right, marry up. Don't find out what they want in life. What are their plans?
That's right.
Because they can have a big impact positively on them. Marry up, and we was both in a similar place, and we had a lot of things in common. We both went to predominantly black universities. We both, Christians. We both, had some big dreams for what we wanted in the future.
Right.
So we had a lot of things in common. And we have some things not in common. I grew up in Kansas City. You grew up in Mississippi.
Way in the South. Well, let's talk about being friends first.
Yeah.
We went to movies a lot, dinners, retirement dinners at your job. We just did fun things with no expectations.
College football games together.
Yeah.
So,
when I say expectation, all this sexual stuff, we just got to know each other as 2 young adults.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did with a lot of the college football
games. We get in the car and jump in and go to some football games down south and different things like that. Just enjoying each other's company. And those are the type of things we like to do together.
Right.
So we learned there were things that we did enjoy together, right? And whether it was the restaurant, it wasn't like, I didn't want to go to that restaurant, or that I really didn't want to see that movie. There was just things, what I call just normal everyday life things that we had in common, that it wasn't a struggle to do things together and to find things in common. That never was a struggle. Even if it was, just sitting and relaxing on the couch for an evening. Well, it wasn't a struggle, trying to force something.
So we weren't trying hard to impress each other. We were just really being ourselves around each other all the time. That's what we really, really were. When you asked for my number at church, I want to give it to you.
Yeah, you keep saying that. She keeps saying that, but I don't remember that.
He said he's the president of the choir, so I knew I'd join the choir. Like, you want my number? You want my number more than just to call me? I'm the president. I have everybody's phone number. Like, right.
Yeah, that's what she
I think I eventually gave it to him, and he that's something I would think too, like, right. I was very suspicious, but he wasn't the president of the choir. That was another thing. The choir, we did a lot of things in the choir. We traveled out of state as a choir group. And there was a bunch of us who were single after we would have rehearsal or have a major concert and stuff. We would go out. I think it was Bridgman's ice cream place at that time, or Perkins late night. We would go as just a group of singles and just hang out. So that's how we all became friends. And I think out of that group, about 3 or 4 couples came out of that group, which is interesting. I hadn't thought about that church piece.
Yeah.
They really could be part of it.
Because it kind of takes the pressure off of having those expectations. Because
Yes.
then you have a group, you have that common thing that you guys are working towards or doing. So it kind of helps with that.
Yeah, I think I would say, because I was a single mom, Christine, that probably would have been the biggest obstacle for me. Because I want to make sure that he loved my child, they loved me, and they would accept my child, accept me, and not no pretend. So that's why when I say I talk serious, I talk serious. And, we got a whole long story. You don't have time to get our whole story. That's just part of it. That's just another part of it. I think that probably would have been the biggest obstacle, is being concerned about that whole piece.
That was probably a bigger concern for her than it was for me. I never seen it as an obstacle.
No, because he adopted her right. We went through court.
I mean, it was never for me. It was never an issue for me. I mean, never was. So even to the, I mean, just never was much of an issue. And once I knew what I wanted, then that was it. We're just convincing her.
It was complicated.
Yeah, from her vantage point, it was complicated, wasn't it?
Yeah, the advice I would say would be, take time to really get to know each other. And if you don't have the example, make a decision that you are going to start. You can be the example. Make sure you understand what marriage is all about, which means you may need to talk to, if you have some elders in your family or some elders in your church or someone. If not, you may need to read, and you may need to agree as a couple. This is what we want our marriage to be, and we're going to work to make sure that happen. I think the biggest thing is going to be commitment. Once you have a commitment, you can work through anything. That thick and thin, all that's the ups and downs, they're going to happen. They are going to happen. Make a decision. You're not going to leave each other. You're in it for the long run. And you don't listen to nobody when you married yourself. You two make the decision about your marriage and what it is, and make
find out what
together.
works for you in that relationship. Because we know a lot of couples like us, and all couples are different.
Yes.
They handle the stress different. They handle their arguments different.
Yes.
And one thing I do know, you have to continue to court for 30 years.
That's right. You got to keep the courtship going. That's key.
You have to. I don't care. I mean, you have to keep the court. You got
to make time for each other.
Right. I still got to ask her on a date.
Work.
I still have to do that.
It is work.
We still have to get away, even though it's just us here. No, we still get away.
So looking at marriage, finance is huge. That's one of the biggest things that breaks up a lot of couples.
Right.
So you have to decide on how you're going to handle the finances, who's going to handle the finances. In our era growing up was used as a man, but I have friends. Sometimes we used to take turns. I think for the last 10 years, Phillip has been doing it. But we used to go back and forth. But we have couple friends who the woman would handle the finances. It didn't matter. Just that someone got to be in charge of the finances. And so that is a huge piece that breaks couples up.
Generally, men and women generally view finances differently.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And you have to understand that's so you have to try to figure out, well, how do we come to consensus? And when we first got married, I can understand, well, why you need 10 pair of black shoes.
Right. And yes, and I love shoes with different
I mean,
and purses.
Especially if I got 1 or 2 pair.
And I'm like, you need some more shoes. Oh my goodness.
But then in some relationships, the guy might have 10 pair of black shoes, and she only got 2 or 3 pair.
Yes.
So we got friends like that. So that's what I'm saying. Each relationship is different, and sometimes those small cumulative effect of small things.
Yeah.
She done went and got some more shoes. Man, she done went and got her nails done. Oh man, I thought her nails was okay.
So now people don't even ask me about nails and all that kind of stuff, because some people just don't want to know about. Just say, do they look nice? We're going to keep looking good for you. All right, so it costs something. Those kind of things, And plus, I work hard every day. We work hard. And so, and life is short, so we don't want to have any regrets. We want to be happy.
All right, in regards to the finance piece, one of the things we learned over the years, and we actually started this with our family, we actually created a family vision.
Yes.
And we actually wrote a book on that called The Power of a Vision-Driven Family. And the finances is just one piece of that. And the finances would actually help if your family have a vision, if your family have some goals
Right.
of actually where do they want to go, where do they want to get to in the next 10 or 15 years. Once you have that high level goal, that high level vision that you have for your family, now you can actually talk about, a family budget, because now people got a reason for actually workshops, for churches, for families. Because it's hard for families to actually do this on their own, because they don't know, well, where do I start? How do I talk to my family? How do we create the atmosphere to begin to have these conversations?
So if you back it all the way up to finances, we have long-term goals and we have short-term goals. So look at short-term, you got to have a budget. There's lots of examples of just a basic budget out there. So each family, as individual families, got to have some kind of budget. And so Phillip saying you have to have a goal to help drive it. So your first goal, when you back it up, got to be we need to be debt-free. Get rid of credit cards, get out of that credit card debt, have a plan. And there's also financial services company that don't charge you pretty much nothing or anything. You have to set up so you can get that debt paid off, and then work on your credit score. If your credit score is under 700, you can work on getting it to 700 and above. There's things you can do to help get your credit score up. That's going to give you more buying power and lower interest rate when you are purchasing things. And so that's one of the focuses that individual families and our larger extended family have. We all working to increase our credit scores. So if you mess up when you were single, or mess up when you first got married, it's never too late to start over or to start at some point implementing a basic budget, writing out all the expenses and everything, and then have a plan.
And
how
people
we
used to say I was
get
tight
our
with my money. I said I was conservative.
He's still conservative.
Yeah, because I'm conservative. You go out on a date, but they say you tight. I don't need to date you no more.
Hey, Christine, I just said if I heard that when I first met him, you going to date with Phillip Porter? Oh, you guys going to probably go to McDonald's. I'm like, what?
I'll take you to a
He
good
took me
place.
to a good restaurant.
Yeah.
So that would have been.